Okay, hello again, people, and time for another episode of Zach's Anime Reviews. I really need to find a better way introduction, but whatever. Okay, now, as usual, I own the rights to none of this film, anime. There will be some spoilers, and there may be some cursing. So, moving along. The anime I will be reviewing for this video will be Trinity 7. This is a 12-episode anime that ran from October 8th, 2014 to December 24th, 2014. So it is fairly recent. And I believe they're going to be making more of it. So, because there's no fucking way they're done with this anime. Because number one, it's kind of like for you people who've seen Attack on Titan, it's kind of like that kind of ending. We still have the major fucking plot to deal with. The ending of this series just kind of finished up a little mini subplot that got thrown in here towards the end. It's like we still have the main subplot we still have the main plot to finish up. So it's like the Attack on Titan thing. Sure, we had this little mini subplot at the end we finished up, but we still got all the whole bullshit to do. Anyway, that's coming up. So, here's the synopsis. In this romantic comedy but sometimes serious magical school story, life as Arata Kasuga knows it is wiped out by a bizarre incident known as a collapse phenomenon, which causes worldwide destruction and takes his cousin Hijiri Kasuga to the next world. To resolve the collapse phenomenon, he brings back Hijiri. Arata enrolls in the Royal Biblia Academy. Waiting in this school are 7 beautiful female magic users, the Trinity 7. Now, that synopsis sucked. This is the only one the site gives, so it provides an okay basic understanding. Though it kind of has a few things that are different, but anyway, what it doesn't tell you is that Arata himself is a mage, though he's kind of like the Demon Lord mage. So he's already has that going for him, which you already know he's gonna be a fucking badass, and kind of will make people detest him. But this is kind of more of a light. This is kind of more of a light feel to it. It's not like Demon King Diamo, where it's like, oh, Demon King, shun. Here, like, okay, he kind of has the ability to become the next Demon King. But let's get close to him as possible. That's pretty much as this went. And like, there was no, oh, you're the bad Demon King. You must die. You must go to the depths of society. None of that sort of thing. This was kind of as the synopsis said, it was kind of a romantic comedy. Because there is kind of, you can kind of see a harem forming here. Like when he goes to the school and everything, blah blah blah. He speaks to the principal, who's like weird. I don't know exactly how to describe him. Crazy. Arata asked like if there's a quick way to learn magic and stuff like that. And the principal's like, oh, not really. Or you could get the Trinity 7 to be under your thumb, and that would work. So and this is like episode 1, episode 2. So right off the bat, you know, like, well, harem time. Because then you reach, then later on, we have little episodes where it's kind of them just getting along with him better. At least 2 or 3 of them. Well, most of them. Yeah. There's definitely a harem forming here. It may or may not end up being an actual harem, but it's going towards that. And Arta, he's kind of he's kind of a pervert, not pervert, and I say kind of because he doesn't go out of his way to like actually find stuff. He just kind of makes comments here and there, and he gets like and he also ends up in the wrong situations, which is usual. I mean, he just kind of makes. I mean, he'll just say nonchalantly like, "Can I feel your boobs?" or something. Well, not like that, but stuff like that. He'll just say that offhand, like no big deal. Of course, it doesn't help that there's one girl there who's kind of like, she's kind of like the silent, kind of emotionless type. Wherever he already claims that she's his wife, so there's that going. And she's already like no cheating. She's already like no cheating, Naruto. It's like, oh good lord. And then like, so every magic user also has a grimoire, which is like their magic book, which can incidentally apparently turn into a person, though his, and later on when we find his cousins, his grimoire, those seem to be the only two that can turn into books. I mean, not into books, into people. And anyway, his grimoire is like kind of the salty type, who's kind of like, she's like, I'm a badass and I know it. What else was talking? Like she kind of goes along with whatever he does, and she's like, he's a pervert. Let's go kick the crap out of this guy. That's kind of how that went. I mean, this was a good. This had good animation, had a good storyline. They threw a freaking curveball at the end. So next season will probably wrap things up, and I wish I'd better make another season. Good animation style, good story plot. I do like the harem kind of type things, I'm just saying. I mean, though it is kind of annoying sometimes, it's like, fucking just do something already. It's like, oh, what do you do? It's like, oh, good lord. I mean, unlike High School DxD, which is like, okay, you know, he's getting together with all these girls. There's no ifs, buts, or no. Yeah, I don't know. You know what I'm saying. But it's more, and it's not like, crap, what was that thing called? My Little Sister's Cute or something like that. The one about the incest anime. That one was weird. Like how the brother and sister kind of had feelings for each other, and they through a whole bullshit or whatever. I don't know. It was out there, and that was like, the first season was okay. The second season, they just pulled bullshit on that. And what I'm saying is, like, I'm trying to reference this just to make I can show you. They tried to make a second season a bit of a harem one. It was more along the lines of, he's gonna have to pick. So there was that bullshit. Anyway, back to Trinity 7 and get off that subject. Yeah, Trinity 7. I mean, it has some good magic fights, and you know that early on, even though he's kind of untrained, he's gonna be a badass when he grows, when he gets stronger, because he's already has some of the, because he's like, he can be the future demon lord. And like during one of the fights, like in the middle of the series, toward the end of the middle of the series, he starts to speak. He kind of, that demon lord persona kind of takes over when he's trying to save some of his friends. So it's like, well, okay, having to be fun. Like, ooh, this is gonna be good. I mean, you get the Trinity 7, which I'm not exactly sure how they're strong. I guess they are strong. I mean, they just use all different types of magic. Like one of them's kind of like an they say alchemist, but she's it's like equivalent exchange sort of thing. So she makes big fucking guns appear. The other one's a ninja. The other one's kind of like a jutsu type thing. The one's all about dreams. The other's something about, and the another one has like some kind of orb that can do something, or I don't know. And another one fell on slightly with some of the bad mages and kind of did like got some of the demon lord element, and I don't know, she does something with the spell thing or something, I don't know. It's weird. And I don't know what the one who claims his life does. Oh yeah, another interesting fact. When you're also in the show, when you're a mage, you have a research subject sort of thing. I forget what they called it. But it's basically what is the farthest thing from you. Like Arata, his archive, I believe it was, or schema or whatever, was control. Because control was basically out of his reach. And since I'm saying Trinity 7 and bringing that up, this should be a little something to hint about the 7 deadly sins. Trinity 7, their archive schemas or whatever are based off of the 7 deadly sins. So you go like one, at least I think there is. I don't remember correctly because I know one of them. Lilith, hers was lust. That was kind of intriguing. I played the end of that one a lot, even though she could so basically she's the farthest from being lustful. So that's why she was researching that sort of thing. I don't know. Sadly, they don't play into any of the research bits, but she's kind of more the big coming, because even though she's their age, she's a teacher at the school, and she's kind of more like biggest sister. Like, there's no hell way I'm doing this naughty stuff. It kind of goes out. Anyway, I'm getting off track. I believe I spoke about everything that was good. There wasn't really much else I can say about it until I get the next season out, which is hopefully soon. Anyway, I would give this one a 9. Maybe 9.5. I don't know. I mean, I'm taking off just a bit of it because, sure, I mean, it is great. But it's just not one of my favorites. Just say. Anyway. So, until next time, I shall see you later.